Hey, how's it going? Ben Stubbs here with FlamencoForYou.com, and I'm here to give you a lesson in our series on chord changes, made simple. We're going to do E major to B7. Let's go. Okay, so our first chord is E major, our second finger on the second fret of the A string, third finger on the second fret of the D string, and first finger on the first fret of the G string. All strings are played. Our E major chord. All right, so our second chord, B7, has a little addition to it. We're going to play an F sharp, which is on the second fret of the E string, and I'll show you how to do that. You're going to do what we call a little mini sejilla, a mini bar chord on the middle finger on the knuckle. So we're going to put our second finger on the second fret of the E string, and also we're going to press it down and flex it like this. So it's overlapping on the A string. So now we've got our second finger on top of the second fret of the E string, second fret of the A string. Next, our first finger is going to go on the first fret of the D string, and our third finger is going to go here on the second fret of the G string. And all the notes are played, all strings. B7 with an added F sharp. So those are the two chords. Now let's get to exercise number 1 that you can get on your tablature and notation over at patreon.com/flamenco4you. Let's do it at 90 beats per minute just to start with. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Now, a couple things here. When we're making the chord change, we want to make it as clean as possible, and we want to make it as last minute as possible. So if you're, I'm talking to you, a procrastinator, this is the right instrument for you. And what I want to say about that is being a procrastinator on the guitar means that you're going to switch chords right at the last minute. You don't want to be switching before you strike the chord unless, in exercise number 3, you'll see what I mean, if we're going to do something else that warrants it. But in this case, we're just playing down beats on 3/4 time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We want to hit all the strings, boom, at the same time that we strike. Not too soon. No, not too late. Because that doesn't work. No bueno. So, what can we do to get to that point to where we can change right on time? I would recommend to take one finger at a time, and this goes for every chord that you do. So let's say, for instance, between E major and B7 with the added F sharp, what we can do is just concentrate on our first finger, nothing more. And if you look at your tablature notation that you can get, you will see that the first finger, where does it go? It goes from the first fret of the G string to where? To the first fret of the D string. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Interesting, huh? So what about the second finger? The second finger from the E major goes to the same fret, same string. No problem there. All right, now the third finger, where does that go? On the E major, it's on the second fret of the D string, and where does it go? Not too far away, just one down to the second fret of the G string. So let's try that out. Does the fourth finger have any responsibilities? No, it really doesn't. Okay, so now the second finger, what does it do? Now remember, it does the mini sejilla, the mini bar chord. It starts an E major chord on the second fret of the A string, and then it does this motion, like a hammer-on. You just smack it down. A little closer look. Do those one by one. I know it takes a little bit of time, but that way you can get familiar with your shapes and exactly where you're going to be. You can start thinking about it before you do it, and that's what's important. When you're on E major, I want you to start thinking about B7 with the added sharp. Now exercise number 2. All we're doing here is we're adding an and. 1 and 2 and 3 and. So let's set our metronome to 120 beats per minute. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. you find it difficult to switch right at the last minute, okay, you have the option of doing what the cowboys do on the guitar. On the and, just doing open strings, and then on the down, playing the chord like this. 1, 2, 3. But I don't want you to do that in the long run. Just for now, to get by, you can do that. But eventually, I want you to change right on the dot. 1, 2, 3. Next, and finally, we have exercise number 3, which is really fun. Now, if you've seen the other videos, check those out, and you'll see what we do, and I'll show you right here. You're going to use what we have, a golpe, on the anillo finger, A finger, on the body of the guitar. That's your first beat. 1 and 2 and 3. Once again, that's 1 and 2 and 3. So we keep the downbeat and the and, just as we did in exercise number 2. And we're adding in a golpe on the downbeat of 1. 1, 2, 3. Now remember what I was talking to you about, procrastinating and putting your fingers down right at the last second. Well, here, what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you delay it a little bit. I'm going to have you put your fingers down as soon as we do the golpe. Let's slow it down a little bit. Now I've taken it down to 90 beats per minute. What we're going to do is golpe, lay it down as soon as you do the golpe. Not when you strike, but when you do the golpe. So, watch. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, well, I hope that helped. If you have any questions, just shoot me a comment here on the thread, and I'll be happy to get back to you. Hey, there you are. We'll see you next time.
For more information and to receive free materials, news updates, and more, subscribe to Ben's newsletter at flamenco4u.com.